Hell figure, nigga. Wednesday evening, Mr. Torrain, PKA Chucky. Your friend till the end. Hey, this is the Star Report, the show that never ends, and I am here to talk about it tonight. And I'm going to talk about an associate, a friend, a former guest on the Star and Buckwild show. We had some great times, great debates. We clicked. We had great chemistry. We had a falling out, and then we got back on track. Mr. Paul Mooney is gone. He's gone. Passed away at age 79. We're going to put some respect on his name tonight, and I'm going to try not to drink too much so that I don't go back into time, but it's going to be hard for me because we had a lot of great discussions, and so as soon as he came on the Star and Buckwild show, we went in on him, and he clapped right back. You've seen the footage out there on YouTube, and I've got more that I'm not going to release. It's going to be a part of my Star and Buckwild or Star documentary later on down the road, okay? All right, Troll Babies, help me out, please. Is this young woman's name Jamil or Jamel Hill? I don't want to be disrespectful. All I know is that she's kind of rambunctious. She was on ESPN. I watched maybe a handful of shows when she was on there. She's a writer. I'll even say journalist. She wears braids all the time. To me, that just means you're a lazy black woman, but I'll try and be respectful, you know. And Kwame Brown, my main nigga on the trigger, clapping at her. But in a very respectful way. And then he started, hang on. I got to take a drink. Hold on a second. I got to take a sip on this one. I'm going to try not to laugh too much. But Troll Babies, I'm not even going to look at you just yet. Who saw Kwame Brown go in on Charlemagne? Whoo! Called him rapist, and he said, no, it's not allegedly. Your name is on the docket, bitch. Then he started clapping at DJ Envy, calling him a cheater. Cheers to my nigga Kwame Brown, huh? Stephen A. Smith don't want no smoke. He's up on Twitter talking about he's not going to respond. Let this man speak. Oh, no. Stephen A. Smith, the #1 sports announcer or commentator, television go-to guy. You got nothing to say now? Also, he lit a few other people up today on live, and I am loving it. Matt Barnes, a.k.a. Becky with the good hair, is now in his feelings, talking about he's coming to Atlanta next month. Kwame Brown can come on the show. Kwame Brown then responded and said, "Fuck your show." We're going to talk about all of this this afternoon/evening, okay? Also on the screen, a question for you folks. Is diversity killing the film industry? Let me say it again. Is diversity killing the film industry here in America? I watched 2 films in the last 48 hours. Angelina Jolie's new film, Those Who Wish Me Dead. And another film, hold on a second. Okay, where are my notes? Here it is. The Woman in the Window with Amy Adams. Both of these films were okay, but they had 2 interracial couples in the film, and I have no problem with that. I'm the product of a beautiful interracial relationship, as many of us are. But they didn't look like they, fit. It looked like they were just put in place for the film. And had they not been in the film as interracial couples, the film would have had no black people. Now, pay attention. I'm not saying I want Hollywood of yesteryear. No. Fuck Hollywood. What I want to see is more African Americans or Caribbean Americans or Cape Verdeans, Bajans, whoever is here in America under the umbrella of being black or people of color, to have their own industries. Once upon a time, there was a black film industry in America, whether you know it or not. They had black movie theaters and other things. Now, my question is diversity killing the film industry is because, again, I'm seeing films that just, it's like they're putting people in there just because they're black. And I have a problem, I do, with putting in these overly sexualized, flamboyant black men. We don't care if you're gay. I don't give a goddamn if you lick a hole or suck a pole. But it just seems like they're putting more flamboyant black men in the front, and masculine black men cannot even get any shine. So, is diversity killing the film industry? And if it is that a good thing? Is that a good thing? Also, if anybody can help me tonight, because it's been many, many years since I've lived in Brooklyn. I mean, I still go to Brooklyn, New York quite often when I'm in town. I have family there. But on Nostrand Avenue, years ago, they used to have a lot of DVDs, Haitian films, African films. So they've got their own film industry. We may not be up to speed on it here in America because, it's not promoted, amongst the mainstream, but they have their own film industry. If anyone can educate me, please do. Super Chat, Cash App, what have you, okay? All right, again, Paul Mooney, for those who don't know, if you're younger, this is going to be my guy who we focus on tonight. If you have any stories, please call in or Cash App, Super Chat. Born in 1941, he passed away today. Paul Mooney, legendary comedian, I'm going to say a matador. A matador for the black experience. Comedy is just limiting his impact, his appeal, his importance. He was necessary. Paul Mooney, a longtime friend of Richard Pryor's, but he built his own foundation over the years, and he was a stand-up comedy genius. The last time I saw Paul in a person, I think it was maybe 2009. At Caroline's Comedy Club. I went there and I saw him do his, matter of fact, I went and spoke to him before he went on stage. I went in the back and we shook hands, we hugged. Because 2 years prior, we had an issue, but we got past it and we hugged. So it was great to see him, and he went to work. And work he did. Some would say that Paul's stand-up comedy was like a sermon. He would always make you think. He would always question the norm and push you to be culturally proud. Yes, he would. Salute to his son, Shane, who I met years ago. Shane, we haven't spoken many, many years, but salute to you. Met him out in California. And I'm going to remember things as we go. And again, if you guys want to chime in, please do. Or if you just want to say R.I.P. to Paul Mooney, tonight's the night, and this is the platform for it, okay? All right, Florida Boy Jay, if you're out there, let's get it cracking. Rugarani might be calling in at some point, and I got a bunch of other notes I want to go over. Crocs. Are they called Crocs? Troll babies. Are niggas wearing Crocs now? Is it Crocs? Is it? Oh, my God. Give me a second. Let me look in live chat. I had to stop a young man today in the supermarket to say, excuse me, are those clogs? What are those? And he said, Crocs. And I said, Crocs. I said, is that the new thing now? Now, I've seen females wear Crocs or whatever they call them over the years. But now we got niggas wearing Crocs. Am I saying this right? Crocs? Have you niggas lost your mind? Slides are not good enough. So now you want to really just drag your heels like shit is gravy. Okay. And a little bit later, we'll talk about some other things. I'm sorry. Has anyone seen the new animation in the Starboy Music channel? I would like some feedback, huh? Okay. Let me bring in area code 704. And then, actually, you know what? Let me go to 904 first. That might be the homie. FBJ, is that you, sir? FBJ on a Wednesday evening.
Yo, Star, what is popping? What is going on, man? I'm right here. Let's go.
My nigga. Hey, man, first and foremost, is it Jamil or Jamel Hill? I've never cared enough to even research it. What is her name?
It is Jamel Hill. Jamel Hill.
Okay. Is she married? Is she a lesbian, respectfully? What is her deal? I went to her Twitter page, and there was some married couple at the top. I didn't know whether that was her or not. What's her story? Do you know?
Yeah, she's married to a beta male bald head nigga who probably wears panties in a relationship. You know, I think he's some type of attorney or
let's not take personal shots. So what happened?
All right, yep. But she's married.
Okay. Did she say something about Kwame Brown being violent and then tried to go back and clean it up because he got right at her? He was calling her ma'am. He was very, very respectful, but he broke it down. Listen, so you're trying to make me out to be some sort of violent man. And he said a whole bunch of other things, but is she trying to tarnish his name, his image? What's going on? And what did she say this? Do you know?
Okay, so from the tweet that I can reference, she said that Kwame Brown woke up and chose violence. She said she was referencing a Game of Thrones, I guess, the Game of Thrones thing. That's what she said. But he took it as the reason, the very fact that you use that word violent in the industry you're in, talking about a black man that you knew what you were doing and you knew the semantics you played by that. That's why he's getting on her behind right now. And I'm going back to my notes right here. He basically said that. He said, I've looked at your page. I've seen you hang around nothing but white people. All right? He said that the more you talk about me, the more I'm going to joke about you in your real life. Said Jamel Hill needs to stop pretending like she likes black people. Mm-hmm. He said she needs to stop inserting herself in men's business because he had this thought. He said, when you were a little girl, I bet you were one of the little girl with the pigtails, one of them badass little girls interrupting like a gnat. And if your dad was around, he would have told you to go in the other room. It's men in here.
Right. Now, hang on a second. I got all of that. But my thing is, where did this word violent come into play? Did she say this on her podcast, wherever that is? Because I guess, and again, I don't listen to the Breakfast Club. I'm too old. Charlemagne mimicked something Jamel Hill said, or am I wrong? And that's why Kwame Brown has now clapped back, calling Charlemagne an outright rapist, and he's saying, I'm not saying alleged. Are you up to speed, or should we?
Yeah, he said it was on the docket.
Okay, should we take calls, or are you up to speed where this whole violent term came from?
Yeah, from last time I checked, the violent term, that the only one I can find is what she said on her Twitter. When I watched Kwame Brown talk, he was like, "Oh, you called me." Kwame Brown didn't say he heard it on a platform. I think he said he seen it on the tweet. And he's coming at Charlemagne and DJ Envy too because, like I said before, Charlemagne, Jamel Hill, Matt Barnes, and Steve Jackson are all a part of the Black Effect Network. So when you see Charlemagne speaking about it or Jamel Hill coming out, they're trying to protect the Black Effect Network, which they're all working at. Yeah. So that's why you see them niggas forming like Voltron and Kwame Brown hit these niggas out the park.
Gotcha. Okay. And what's this slang word that they call Steven Jackson? Something stack, some corny name, some bozo shit. What is that?
Stack 5.
Well, what is that about? Stack 5. What is that about?
Man, I don't know. I don't dabble in gang activity and niggerdom. I wouldn't know.
Okay. All right. Hang on a second, Florida Boy J. Troll Babies, good evening. I'm sipping early for my nigga Paul Mooney. R.I.P. He's out of here. Paul was reckless with the mouth. Yes, he was, praise Jesus. Came on the Star and Buckwild show one of many times. Started clapping at other comedians, Lisa Lampanelli. I'm not going to go down the list, but he didn't give a fuck. And I don't mean to go too far back, but we would sit there on Hot 97 and cuss. 7 o'clock in the morning. And I never got fined by the FCC. Cheers. So we will be talking about this legendary comedian, but also, in my opinion, a matador, because when he went into a town, it was almost like a sermon. People came out to get a dose of reality. Any knowledge of Paul Mooney, Florida Boy J, or was that before your time?
Paul Mooney, to me, was my favorite comedian. I'm being honest. Paul Mooney used to have white people walking out of his comedy sets. Paul Mooney, the first time I seen Paul Mooney is when he played, I think he was like the NAACP, the leader of the NAACP on Hollywood Shuffle. That's the first time I seen him. And then a couple years later when I was growing up, I seen him act as Negro Damas on the Chappelle Show.
Yeah.
And even a few months ago, it's this channel on YouTube, and they had this documentary called Black Hollywood that took place in 1984. And you see a young Paul Mooney articulating the struggles of Black Hollywood.
Yes.
And it's eerily similar to things he's going through today. So Paul Mooney, I watch every comedy special that is on YouTube that he's put. I put my friends on Paul Mooney, even my co-host. That is one of my favorite comedians, and he will definitely be missed by me.
Okay. I'm just going to jump in and say this before I forget. For those who remember when he came on the Star and Buckwild show back in 2001 and 2002, I used to introduce him as my mother's white brother with a tan. That always made him laugh. I say, listen, you're white pretending to be black, but go ahead. The microphone's yours, sir. For those who remember. All right, let me bring in a few calls because we got to put some respect on Kwame Brown's name. Area code 202, are you there? 202.
Star, what's popping? Is Nomad Nick calling out the district.
Nick, regardless of what they say, you are my nigga, my main nigga on the trigger. I don't care what nobody says, all right?
Okay.
All right, you sent me some emails today. Where do you want to start, sir? Please.
I was going to jump in on the Paul Mooney, RIP to Paul Mooney. I got to see him live in 2011. Yeah. And when I tell you, he walked 96% of the white people in that room out. Yeah. I mean, literally people were leaving white. Listen, Star. Because look, I'm going to tell you the truth. Yeah. I didn't watch the Chappelle show when it first came out on TV, so I kind of missed that whole phenomenon. Yeah. I wasn't watching it. So one of my friends was like, let's go check out Paul Mooney. I was like, all right, let's go check it out. And he was like, before you do that, go watch this skit called Negro Damas. And he had the DVDs, the Chappelle DVDs. Yeah. I watched it and I was like, all right, I got to go see this. And after he said the most legendary line, he said, everybody wants to be a nigga, but nobody wants to be a nigga. Yeah. I had to see it. So I went and watched. And when I say that he was walking people, dudes were laughing. Like white boys were there with their white girls. The girls were getting mad at the boyfriends for wanting to stay at the show. He's just a legend, man. Just a legend.
If I can just say this, with Paul, you never knew whether he was serious or if it was comedy. And he would smile, do like that, and you had to make a decision. Whether do I stay here? Because Paul could sit there and sip that drink, that blue drink with the fucking orange in it, and he could talk for 3, sometimes 4 hours. It was crazy.
Oh yeah, I mean,
crazy.
I think he performed that night. I think he had like an hour and a half of material in him that night, if I remember. I was kind of drunk too, but I remember that.
Well, you're always drunk, Nick. We know.
Huh?
Hey, Nick, can we shift gears for a second? I want you to answer the question before we go to Jamel Hill, Kwame Brown. Is diversity killing the film industry? You're from the West Coast. You say you're You say you're African, but I've never seen you. Respectfully, you claim to be African. Yes.
Right. Yes.
Okay. Is diversity here in America killing the film industry? It's kind of absurd. Some of the people, the black people that they put into place just so that the film is not, all white.
But you have to understand, Star. The reason that they do that, I work in marketing, so a lot of when it comes to these films perform better when there's an ambiguous mixed person, whether you can't tell if they're black and Hispanic or they're Hispanic and Asian. So I think that when it's just done to fit a role, I think that that's where it's corny. But at the end of the day, you have to look at it as a business, and I completely understand why companies do it, because a TV show that's created, that could be either black or it could be white, if they put a white star in there, they're just going to sell better. I mean, take a look at Eminem.
Okay, now hang on a second, Nick. I appreciate what you're saying, and I also disagree. Yeah. I disagree with what you're saying. It does not mean that the film's going to do better. We now have people that download music faster than they did 20, 30 years ago. It's more accessible, and it's more convenient.
Okay.
As opposed to people actually getting up and going once upon a time to buy an Earth, Wind, and Fire album or a Bon Jovi album. It does not mean that...
But we're talking about...
Hang on. It does not mean that the quality of films are better. It just means that people can now get it faster, and the numbers are bigger, and the numbers now can be inflated. So I'm just...
once again, I think we're talking about two completely different things. I'm just saying, I feel like people of color are doing a lot better when it comes to creating content for themselves, when it's being written from that perspective. When you have white people trying to write black perspectives and, Hispanic perspectives, it doesn't work. And I think that when they're just filling a role for the sake of, if they're putting a black actor into a role or whatever, or in a commercial,
right.
Because they want to hit their quota, those don't necessarily perform as well as when it's being, look at the most popular African-American shows that are out right now. They're all being created by black creators, and that's what works. Does that make sense? It just depends.
It makes a lot of sense. And again, I'm not trying to ask you to go against what you believe to be true, but listen, I'm in support of more black businesses, a black film industry.
Okay.
Damn the Golden Globes. Fuck the Oscars.
Right.
Fuck all that shit. Okay? I'll give you the last word.
And one thing that you mentioned earlier, you were saying that there was a bunch of Haitian films. There's still films being made, African films that get you're probably just not in the loop on them. If you go, there's plenty of African marts and stores that you can go to where there's a whole ecosystem. I told you I'm East African. If people want to find, videos from East Africa that are created from East African directors with East African budgets, you can go to East African stores and find them. You know what I'm saying?
Haiti, that is one of the poorest countries on the planet. They've got their own film industry. I've seen the films. Again, years ago. Anyway,
100%.
Yeah, listen, man, I appreciate the call. I got to get back to my show, right? Good to talk to you.
All right.
Thank you, man. Okay, Nomad Nick on the check-in. He's still claiming to be East African. Florida Boy J, are you there? FBJ.
Yeah, I'm right here. Yeah.
Okay. I'm taking some calls, Cash App, Super Chat. And I've got a bunch of notes here. I just want to say some random shit. Debbie Lovato. Baby, we don't give a fuck about whether you're non-binary or not. We don't care, mommy. All we want to know is, are you back on the booger sugar? Are you okay? She's talking about she's non-binary now. We don't give a fuck, baby girl. Do you? We don't give a fuck. Florida Boy J, before I go to Super Chat, do you wear Crocs? Am I saying this right? Crocs? Niggas are wearing Crocs now in Atlanta.
Listen, man.
Crocs.
Because I'm a real nigga. Down here in Jacksonville, Florida, you wear Crocs, you probably going to get knocked out your socks just off of principle. So you ain't going to catch me in no Crocs around here, not even in my home. Slides is it.
But now, do you see young black men wearing Crocs? The guy that I asked in the supermarket earlier, he didn't seem to be bisexual, trisexual. He sounded like a real nigga. He said, no, these are comfortable. And I said, what are they called? He said, Crocs. I said, oh, okay. Are they called Crocs?
Well, to me, any man that wears Crocs is automatically sus. Number two, I see niggas in Crocs, and they be having little pendants and Pokemons and little fairies on their Crocs and tie-dye paint and little do-it-yourself customized art on their Crocs. They getting real fruity and real sweet with their Crocs wear right now, and I don't stand for it.
Okay. Hang on a second. Flip82, I got your PayPal. Thank you, sir. He says, big nigga, you've been looking like a real informant with your plaid shirts the last couple of days. Hashtag, I don't have time to go to jail. Sir, I've been an informant. What are you talking about? I'm looking like an informant. It's documented. I have toll on niggas to avoid the penitentiary. Anyway, thank you for your donation. T, I got your donation. Patrice O'Neal, Charlie Murphy, Paul Mooney were on Chappelle Show and passed away, but Star was on it and has no gray hair. F you, old nigga. Well, sir, that's because I am Diablo in the flesh. Thank you for your donation. Wayne Brady. Which Wayne Brady is that? Respect the dead. But I'm smoking on a Paul Mooney pack tonight. He had no right to come at me okay, so you're pretending to be Wayne Brady from, what is he on hosting now? What show is that? What is it, Let's Make a Deal? Or
Price is Right.
Price is Right? Yeah.
Let's Make a Deal.
One of those shows. He had no right to come at me. And F you too, Star. It's on site. Okay, you're pretending to be Wayne Brady. Wayne Brady is a great guy. I met him years ago at Hot 97. Don't get it fucked up. He's with the shits. You might think he's some type of cornball. Cold Ones General. Salute from one half Guinea Wop to another. Thank you, sir. Hustle on the check-in says Kwame Brown just got off his YouTube and he was talking crazy about Charlemagne. Yeah, hold on a second. Folks, we going there tonight. Hold on. I'm ready. Pow on the screen. Kwame Brown goes in on Charlemagne. He went in on NV2. Troll babies, are you up to speed? Florida Boy Jay, did you catch the audio that I sent you or the video or what? Were you busy?
For Kwame Brown?
Going in on Charlemagne. I sent you the link about an hour ago.
Yeah, I watched the video.
Any comments?
Yeah, I seen it.
Any comments? Come on.
Yeah. Yeah, he was right for doing what he did, and I'm happy that people are not letting this Jessica Reed story die, and every time Charlemagne opens his mouth to the wrong person, that's the first thing they bring up, because you can't run from something this public. Yeah. Salute to you for breaking it. But after that, Charlemagne has a stain on his resume for that. Until he does right by Jessica Reed, he will never outrun what he did in Moncks Quarter, South Carolina.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Cold Ones General. Hustle, I got your donation. Okay, Miss Power B, I read that one yesterday. Thank you so much. And hold on a second. Somebody sent me an email saying, can you please read my donation? Hold on. I got to find it. Okay. Is this it right here? Quincy Jones. I didn't give 70 years of my life to the music industry to be compared to a fat camel rider from some backwards shithole. And Fat Joe is a deluded prick. Yeah, Fat Joe's been canceled by me. That was my guy, man. He had a cat on his team named Macho. We used to rep Terror Squad heavy, but Joe, you're canceled. Fuck out of here. Talking about Khalid is the new Quincy Jones. Quincy Jones read and wrote music theory. Theory, Joe. You out your rabbit-ass mind talking about a goddamn DJ, a sand nigger, is equivalent to Quincy Jones? Check yourself. Okay, and I think that was it from yesterday. Let's go to area code 917. Good evening, 917. A 12.
From the place you love to hate, Brooklyn on the check-in. What's going on, Star?
My nigga, how you feel, sir? How are you?
Can't complain.
Yeah.
Kwame Brown he's back at it. He ain't letting up. He doing his thing. And Jamel Hill, she jumped out the window for no reason. She did this to herself.
Now, hang on a second.
Like it was no reason.
Now, she said somewhere on her podcast or maybe it was Instagram, something about violent. And then she's trying to clean it up on Twitter. Where did she originally say this at? I can't find the source.
Yeah, I seen the Twitter where she says, like, what first of all, she come out talking about, I said you chose violence. That's like a real basic, generic line. Like,
I got
and then she
that.
tried to compare. Oh,
hang on. I got that
What
right
happened?
here. I got that right here. But now,
right.
Kwame Brown says she sent him a text. Did she say via text, you chose violence? And then he was like, what are you talking about? He got back at her.
Exactly.
Go ahead. Come on.
Exactly, because she said, first she initially was saying how, Kwame Brown got me checking my tape to see if I said anything. I don't want him to come for my mama.
Right.
And it's like, what do you, it's almost like she purposely inserted herself, in a sense, to like get some clout in a way.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like she did this purposely.
Yeah.
So I didn't understand that. It's like, why he didn't say anything he wasn't talking about you at all. Yeah. He didn't say nothing about her.
Yeah. Now, I don't dislike her, but I don't trust black women who always keep their hair in braids. That just means they're lazy. They don't want to do their hair. You know, so she strikes.
That's the whole fact. She stayed with the little micro bursts.
Right.
What are you doing?
She strikes me as that type.
Yeah.
But now, hang on a second. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, and she initially, she always put her foot in her mouth because this happened with a situation with the former president. I know you don't like his name said because of the algorithm, but she said some slick stuff about the former president.
Right.
And her partner, whose name is Michael A. Smith, had her back. And then she went and kind of like left him hanging, in a sense, when he kind of stood up for her and was supporting her. So it's like, yo, what's up with this broad? Like, we stood by your side and rolled with you, and you still going off the rocker. Like this chick is always putting her foot in her mouth, and it's like she purposely inserted herself. Nobody was thinking about you. Kwame Brown didn't say anything about you. So what are you talking about? I got to check the tape to see if he's going to come for me. It's like you almost wanted him to come for you. It's like you was baiting him.
Yeah. Brooklyn Kennedy, before you slide off, I don't know what your schedule is. On the screen, I have a question. Is diversity killing the film industry here in America? I'm mentally massaging this because I saw two films recently. Those Who Wish Me Dead with Angelina Jolie and The Woman in the Window with Amy Adams. And the interracial couples, they look, staged, if that's the right word. They look like they were just thrown together for the film. What do you think? That question.
Yes. Me and my shorty was just talking about this the other day. This has been going on for quite some time. She's the one who pointed it out to me, how they keep pushing this interracial couples in commercials, not just in movies, but they're really like pushing this whole interracial couple thing. She's been noticing that it's something that they're really making it an agenda to do. It's looking really forced. And I don't know if it's necessarily killing the film industry, but
I think that's the word I was looking for. Forced. Go ahead. Yes.
It seems that's the word she used, because we were just talking about this. She was like, it looks like they're forcing this optics on us. And she said, I don't think it's necessarily killing the film industry, but she thinks it's hurting African American actors.
Bingo.
And actresses.
Bingo.
Yeah, she thinks it's hurting them specifically.
Yeah.
She's a little bit more versed on that than me, so I can't really go too in depth. But yeah, we was just having this conversation the other day.
Okay, Florida Boy Jay, any thoughts on that particular question, or do we keep it pushing? FBJ.
Yo.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. You give Brooklyn Kennedy. I agree with what he's saying. I don't have anything to really add to it. He pretty much wrapped it up right there.
Are you doing lines, sir? What are you doing? You came in stumbling.
This nigga stuck stupid.
I don't know what the fuck you just said.
What the fuck is Nah, Star, also wanted to let you know about, I know you've pretty much done with this topic, but the
Joe Budden podcast didn't have the Cash App logo on it. And also when Whoa, stop. Say that again? Yes. The new Joe Budden episode you're talking about?
Yes, the new Joe Budden episode has Ice and Ish, and normally on the lower left hand of the screen, it has the Cash App logo. And in his introduction, when he's saying, he does an introduction where he says, the JPB boys back to business, and he does his introduction where he's, bigging up all of the people that's there with him. and he always shouts out Cash App. He says, shout out to Cash App, the company that empowers us, who sponsors us, who, you know, and all, he has like a whole little thing that, correct. And he didn't do that today. This is the first time he didn't do that, and the logo wasn't there. So it's a chance that they pulled away, and he lost that situation. I can't confirm it. I know you deal with receipts, but the logo wasn't there for the first time, and he didn't do the shout out for the first time.
Now hang on a second, because a couple of people sent me emails. And listen, people are pulling up old clips where Joe Budden is talking about, quote unquote, fudging the tax numbers, and I said, whoa.
Correct.
Also,
today,
FBJ, please don't add any sauce to this. Yep. Joe Budden said on the rebroadcast, Ian has to go. He did not say he was fired, unless that came later on in the episode. Did you hear that, FBJ?
Yes, he said Ian has to go. I heard it.
Are you sure? If you didn't hear it, just say no. I'm not up to speed. Don't force yourself.
I heard it. They took
nah, he said it. He said it.
Specifically put it on. Yeah, they put it on Twitter and YouTube. You really didn't have to go too far to find that clip where he said that about Ian.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Okay.
Yes, he said he spoke a lot today on changes that have to be made.
Yeah.
He confirmed, and he also gave a verbal apology as well to Olivia Dope, which I think he did a good job in giving a verbal apology to add on to just the statement that was released. It was well thought out. It was well said. He also said he apologized to Rory, and he also admitted that even in the divorce, that he wanted Rory to know that the numbers were not wrong. What he said on the podcast today.
FBJ, jump in there before we let Brooklyn Kennedy go. Jump in there.
Yeah. What I hated the most out of this podcast, Rich, in the beginning, I hated Park talking about, yeah, Joe, you need some sensitivity training. Yeah, Joe. And it's like, nigga, you was
I hated that.
And then 5 minutes later, you know what, I want to apologize because I was right there, too, when we did that with Olivia. It's like, bro, Parks, you was right there every time Joe messed up, bro. You should be the first nigga fired. Park, you the nigga who produces and edits the podcast. You're the biggest detriment to Joe Budden, not Ian, not Roy, not Maul, Parks, because Parks is the echo chamber and the final straw for everything to go out into JPP. And if that's what you are, you have to take responsibility when situations like this happen, and don't sit there saying, yeah, Joe, you need sensitivity training. If I was Joe, would
that
nigga
was crazy.
Yeah. Okay.
He tried to come at Joe. It was crazy.
I did not hear the whole thing. I just heard 10 minutes, and I heard Joe say Ian has to go, but I'm just not sure if he means he's going to be fired or he is fired, so I don't want to add shit to it. Anyway, Brooklyn Kennedy, thank you for calling in. Good to talk to you. Any other tea you want to put on the table, sir?
No, not at now. Everything is Kwame Brown right now. Kwame Brown is that dude on the scene right now. He's not holding back. He's not taking no prisoners. He's wilding out. He's the dude right now. He got the spotlight all on him. Okay.
You have no tea with regards to what is her name? Snoop from The Wire getting smacked. Somebody smacked fire out of her. You can see the video. You didn't see that?
Oh yeah, I heard that, but I didn't go into detail with that. Yeah, I saw that, but I didn't go into detail.
Okay, get back to me.
I just got off work recently, so
get back to me. All right?
Yeah, I'll get back to you on that.
Thank you, man.
Right,
Thank you.
Stay up, Florida boy Jay. Stay up.
Okay. Yeah, VladTV.com. Snoop from The Wire got bitch smacked by a guy, and the guy who smacked her got dropped by somebody else. It was hard to see because whoever was filming it got nervous, and then the camera went crazy. Okay, hold on a second. Troll Babies, am I missing anything? Did Joe later on in the broadcast say Ian is fired, or did he just say in the beginning Ian has to go? I couldn't figure that out. I did hear Joe Budden say that the house that they were in was a $10 million home. Did you catch that, FBJ?
Yeah, I caught him saying that, and that's when Rory looked directly at that nigga like, what are you talking about? Like, what do you mean it's $10 million? And that's when he started talking about fudging the numbers, and Rory was just looking at this nigga like, oh, yeah? Enter. And Joe started laughing it off, and it's like, dude, we need to look at these books, and we need to get Parks up out of here, man. If you want to be honest, I feel like Parks and Ian sabotage just from within.
Okay.
The way it's looking like.
All right. I don't want to go back to the Joe Budden show tonight. I want to focus on my homie, my friend, my white uncle with a tan, Paul, R.I.P., had a heart attack at 79 years of age. He died in Oakland, California. Paul always kept it hood, whether you know it or not. He lived up in Harlem for a lot of years as well. And he used to joke around and call it North Manhattan. But he lived in a gentrified area. That was my guy, man. Let me go to Cash App. Blade, thank you for your donation. Blade is talking about Paul Mooney. Yes, thank you, Blade. Electra Feet, I got your email. Blade says, are you coming for me? Shut his mic off. What are you talking about, Blade? I'm confused. B. Rollins, thank you for your donation. K. Will, thank you. Yeah, Kwame put mainstream media in their place. I like what he's pushing, FBJ, talking about they're hating on black men. He's talking about Stephen A. Smith and a host of others just focusing solely on clowning and hating black men. I think he's so right. Thank you, K. Wolf, for your donation. Ryan, I'm sorry, go ahead. You were saying, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was saying he said, though, he does like Shannon Sharp because he can identify with Shannon Sharp because Shannon Sharp goes the scene around, even though Shannon has to be restrained a little bit working for corporate. And he also said, now everybody wants to call his phone. Nobody was calling his phone a week ago.
Right.
Everybody calling saying, homie, I can help you with the deal. I can help you here. He said, y'all didn't help me when Stephen A. kicked my back in all those years.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't helped me when Michael Jordan did what he did, and y'all knew what was going on back then, but y'all waited for me to crash and burn.
Right. And, folks, if you're not up to speed, Kwame Brown, we spoke about him last night. He's a former NBA basketball player. He played 12 years, started out with the Washington Wizards for 4 years, and then I forget he went on to other teams, the Lakers, went back to Charlotte at one point. Drafted straight out of high school. And he had a 12-year run. Bought his mother a house at 18 on the golf course. I can't hate on that young man. I have to respect it. And Stephen A. Smith and a host of others have been clowning him, clapping at him, getting at him. He finally has responded to Steven Jackson, who I always thought was fugazi, and Matt Barnes, a.k.a. Becky with the good hair. So that's what we're talking about when we say Kwame Brown. And today he gave Charlamagne and DJ Envy some smoke. All right? Let me put another sponsor on the screen. Hang on a second. Again, thank you, Ryan. Ryan says, I will pop a nigga in these Crocs comfortably. QNN where? I got you. Jawan, okay, yeah, man, QNN where? Let me make sure I got your banner ready for the end of the broadcast. Okay, I got you. Let me put it right here so I don't get to sipping and doing too much. Okay, I got you. Jawan, I got you. QNN where? Hold on, FBJ. Do you see Ronnie anywhere? Is Ronnie in the live chat or is she busy? She said she might call in. Ooh, Ronnie she's really supporting Kwame Brown. She called me earlier. Yo.
Yeah, I haven't seen Ronnie in the live chat
yet.
I haven't seen her yet.
She said, nigga, I'm up to speed. That was like 8 o'clock in the morning. Okay, thank you, B. Okay. Hey, Vanessa, how are you? She says, Star, you put me on to Paul back in the Hot 97 days, the April Fool's show. Yeah, Paul was my homie, my friend. And you know how you can tell when you're really friends with somebody when you have an issue and you resolve the issue. That means you both of you have acknowledged that there was a problem and you have agreed to resolve the problem and move forward. Some people claim to be friends and they have one fucking speed bump and they never speak again. But Paul and I, we had a little riff, and we remained cool. And I salute him and his family and the people that worked with him. Tasha, I haven't seen her in years. Thank you, Vanessa. Brandon, I got your donation. He says, so was Nomad Nick one of the 4% white people? I'm not sure, sir. Trevor, I got your donation. Thank you. Trevor, I can do a 15-minute phone consultation with you, but I'm going to keep it real with you. I'm not going to do that for less than $100. I'm swamped, but I'll give you 15 minutes for $100 if you want to get on the phone. Send me a Cash App or PayPal, whatever, and then send me an email. We'll get on the phone and make sure that you have a pen and a pad, because I'm going to give you some bullet points. And if I can help you, cool. If I can't, then I can't. But thank you for your donation here, okay? Benny Blanco got your donation. He says, R.I.P. Paul Mooney, too raw for TV. Hey, Janet, thank you, darling. She says, long live the truth seekers, R.I.P. Paul Mooney. And Janet, I got your other email yesterday and today. Thank you, darling. Maurice, I got your donation. Hey, Lady K, thank you for your text earlier, Lady K. I got swamped, but thank you so much, and thank you for being in that live chat on the Star Boy channel. Lady K, looking delicious, huh? She says, R.I.P. PM shaded people with a straight face. Okay. For the boy Jay, back to you, sir. Let's talk about some of these other things, man. Hold on a second. Did I ask you about, is diversity killing the film industry, or do you not care? Care about that?
You asked me, and I feel like diversity is killing the film industry because it's a lot of things that we don't, I won't say that we don't need, but it's too much. It's looking like you guys are reaching. Like the Crazy Rich Asians. Why do we need that? We have Kenya Burris and racist Eva Longoria doing some Latin X show, like how they did Blackish, they're doing like Latin-ish.
Oh, God. So
I feel like a lot of times they try to say, why don't we have this or that show Fresh Off the Boat that was on ABC? They always want to include everybody, and I'm being real. We don't want to see them niggas, man.
Okay.
I don't want to see every time I turn on the TV is a bounty commercial with some bed wench and a white man and some biracial Drake-looking kid selling Pampers and you know what I'm saying, home accessories. I don't want to see that shit, man. Respectfully.
Okay. Zero Black, I got your donation. He says Kwame Brown for president. Oh, let me also address Matt Barnes, who was driving in his vehicle talking about, Kwame, we'll be in Atlanta next month. You can come on the podcast. If you want to fight, we can fight. Who's talking about fighting, you hoe-ass nigga? And salute to Kwame Brown, who clapped right back and said, fuck your podcast. I'm not trying to help you get no numbers and ratings. Did you catch that, FBJ? Kwame Brown got right back to him. Said, fuck you.
Go
ahead.
Oh, of course. Can I give you a couple quotes from him about Matt? He said, Matt, Becky, Rico Suave, wave head, perm head, motherfucking Duke Ultra Kit looking motherfucker. You light skinned, but you want to be a dark nigga. Word to Drake on the nonstop lyrics. So he was getting the Matt Barnes behind. He would say you were supposed to be a light skinned nigga getting all the girls, but you want to be a dark skinned nigga. That's why your wife got took by a real light skinned nigga like Derek Fisher. And he said he was inadequate because he was in the locker room with Derek Fisher, and because he's biracial, he probably wasn't packing down there in that department, and that's why he's trying to overcompensate right now.
Well, I have to say, I love how Kwame Brown has been getting at Becky with the good hair, a.k.a. Matt Barnes, with regards to his real life. Fuck all the basketball joking shit. Your mentor took your wife and is now a father to your children. That was hard. Hey, Carlissa, I got your donation. Thank you, darling. She said, just wanted to say hi. Hey, baby. Thank you for listening, and thank you for that donation. Lorna, how are you? R.I.P. to the incomparable King Mooney. We'll miss him. Yeah. And let me just say this. I'm not just saying this because I knew him. But the era of people like Paul Mooney is gone. Because he brought so much history to the microphone. I learned from Paul. We used to talk sometimes for such a long time, and he knew dates and times. And because I've always, been fascinated by history, we could really have good conversations. He could tell you all about the 60s, the 50s, even the 40s, the history of the black experience. And he used to educate me about some things I didn't know about vaudeville. Thank you, Lorna, for your donation. Abdullah, am I saying your name right? Abdullah, thank you for your donation. Martinez, R.I.P. Paul Mooney, salute to you, hater. Thank you, sir. James, I got your donation. Joe dropped from Cash App. Say word. FBJ, you got to put me on hold and go research this. You got to find out what's going on, man. You are my main.
Yeah, with Joe Budden, Cash App, I'm on it now.
Yeah, but put me on hold, please. Come back to me. My nigga James just said Joe dropped from Cash App. Lord have mercy. I'll come right back to you, all right? Joe's my guy. I don't wish nothing bad, but god damn. Is Charlemagne behind this shit? Carl, how are you, sir? Carl said, did Paul Mooney get his wake-up call? That was last year, man, with all due respect. When one of Richard Pryor's sons came out. I did a show on that. Yes, I did. I had to. Is it Elisa? Thank you, darling, for your donation. She said Matt Barnes might fuck this nigga up. Who knows? But I think what I think is that people are cheering for Kwame Brown because he has been quiet for so long. Over 20 years, he has let people clown him, poke at him. He's now got social media at his fingertips like the rest of us, and he finally said, hey, what the fuck? I'm not out here broke on Skid Row. But thank you for your donation, darling. You are appreciated. Elisa, if I said your name right. Maybe it's Alyssa. Okay. How do I say your name? Olman? I'm just going to say Olman. Thank you for your donation. Barrington got your donation. FBJ, dates of Mex. Okay, no, we're not saying that. Thank you, Barrington. Barrington, you can say nigga all day, a day. But you start talking about other ethnicities and cultures, you got a problem. 201, good evening. Paul Mooney, gone. That was my nigga. Are you there? 201. 12. Okay. He or she is dragging, lagging. Let's get you the fuck out of here. Don't play with me like that. Area code 440 on a Wednesday night. Are you there? 440. Folks, remind me to also tell you about Ariana Grande's new album. I've listened to it for the last 3 weeks, riding around with it in my vehicle. It's trash. It's trash. I want to talk to you about it tonight. 440, you picking it up? Yes, no, maybe? Come on. Don't play with me tonight.
Yo, what's up?
Yeah, what's up, man? Pick up the phone.
What's up, Star?
I'm going to get you out of here in 3 seconds if you don't pick up the phone. 3, 2, 1.
Oh. Yo, Star. Star.
Your phone sounds like shit. Goodbye. Don't call my name. You're calling some type of goddamn trap phone. Let me sip a little Pellegrino so I don't, get too aggy. Okay.
I came.
What do you got? We got.
He is not officially cut off of Cash App, but maybe Cash App told him to take a couple pods off the way he did Rory. So right now, it looks like it's not on there. But guess who has a board seat on Cash App?
Tell me.
Big's former business partner, Jay-Z.
Okay.
So
Okay.
with Maul recently getting fired or sat down by Joe Budden, and Biggs being Maul's brother and Biggs still being connected to Jay-Z and the Cash App deal on the line, maybe Hov can make a boss call to clip this Joe Budden sponsorship deal.
Well, listen, I mean, I've heard people say stuff
As of now, there's no news, there's no publication.
Yeah, I've heard people say stuff like that over the years. I can tell you from experience, Jay-Z's not the type of person to call behind the scenes to try and get somebody fired. As much crazy shit as I used to say back in the days, they never came to me and said, hey, we got a problem. Jay feels this type of way. I don't believe that. If anything, Leor Cohen stepped in and gave me that 6-figure check. Maybe Jay said give him a check, but I don't think he's that type of sensitive person to make calls, dead his money. I don't believe that. So, but
hold on. You don't think Jay-Z's that type of person?
No, I don't.
After he's been accused by Gilly, Black Thought, and anybody who ain't got a bag in the last, 25 years, Cameron, all these niggas say Jay-Z is a habitual bag stalker.
I personally don't believe it. If you have proof, I'm willing to listen. But here's what I will say with regards to, since you put Cameron's name in there, Dame Dash openly admitted to taking money from Jay-Z. Openly admitted it. So whatever Cam had, whatever issues Cam may have had, in my opinion, were by way of Dame Dash doing too much. And I don't know if you remember, a couple of years ago, Jim Jones called Dame Dash a thief. Did you catch that?
I did. Yes, sir.
But go ahead. I'm not trying to, say what you're saying doesn't have merit. Continue.
Hey, well, I'm going to chill because I remember the last time some dude came on the line talking crazy about Jay-Z's niece or something like that. He called back a week later backtracking. I ain't heard from that nigga since.
Okay, I'll get back to Ariana Grande's latest album. It's trash. The only tracks I like on there, for those who give a goddamn, is track number 4 called Just Like Magic, and number 12, Positions. Other than that, it's trash. Katy Perry's album, Smile, is so much better. Area code 912. We're putting respect on Paul Mooney's name tonight. Are you there? 912.
Yeah, what's going on, Star? R.I.P. to Paul Mooney.
Yes, sir.
And I want to put some respect on Kwame Brown's name.
Please.
I love how he just did a live an hour ago and went in on the Breakfast Club,
Ooh.
rung up Charlamagne Red Cakes,
Ooh.
several times, went in on Angela Yee, said, "Ho, shut your mouth." Went on DJ Envy, said, "That's why your wife got your nuts in the vice grip. You ain't a man." Like, what's the white boy name who just got a divorce from his wife? The billionaire, man. The billionaire, Bill Gates.
Yeah, right.
Bill Gates.
Yeah.
You see, you gotta be like Bill Gates and cheat on your wife the right way. Be a man and break that hoe off and do what you want to do. Yeah, man, I love Kwame Brown.
Now, hang on a second. Did you catch Kwame Brown said, invite me up there? He said, and if I do come, I'm coming with the police.
Yeah, he coming with the police. That's why I don't like how they trying to paint. Yeah, I don't like how they trying to paint the narrative like he's violent.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's sucker stuff, man. That's sucker stuff, man.
Now, hang on a second. Where did that whole violent thing come from? Is that Jamel Hill? She said that on a podcast somewhere? Or did she?
No, I heard, she said it on the podcast. I heard Charlamagne was saying that this morning on the Breakfast Club. Talking about the Mad family, how his daddy buried a lady alive, talking about leave Kwame alone, he crazy. You know?
What?
And so Kwame just went in on it about an hour ago on YouTube. Yeah, the Breakfast.
I saw it. They sent me the links. I saw it.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, but I want to speak on the Hollywood thing, man. Or the multicultural racism stuff.
Yeah.
Or what else? Not racism, but...
Well, hold on a second. Is diversity killing the film industry? Now, keep in mind, I'm not trying to bring it back to what it was. I like what they have Bollywood. They have African film industry, Haitian. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying to hell with it. But go ahead.
Yeah, okay. I think it is killing it. I just watched a movie with Denzel Washington's son, and he the only black guy in the movie with all them white folks. He ain't got no business being in that movie with them. The movie was trash. And I just watched the movie with a bed wench. Well, I think, what's that white girl named? Angelina Jolie. Yeah. They had a bed wench up in Montana for no reason. So, stop. I saw that movie the other night. It's called Those Who Wish Me Dead, right? Yeah. That's like no reason to be in Montana.
Right. She looked out of place. That couple didn't look like they belonged together. Hell no.
Exactly, man. Exactly. Start this cycle, man. I gotta go. I'm in my truck.
Okay.
I just got one question for Florida Boy J.
Go ahead.
Hey, man, I just went to Jacksonville Beach, Florida Boy J. What's up with all them jellyfish on the beach, man?
Jacksonville, first of all, I don't even know why you went to the water in Jack's Beach. It's a wasteland. The water is green, and you can't even see through it. It's pretty much the residue from the St. Johns River. I pray you didn't come up with anything. If you want to go to a beach, go to Clearwater, go to North Miami Beach, go anywhere but Jack's Beach, respectfully.
Man, listen, we ain't even got in the water. We just walked on the beach, and the jellyfish was on the beach dead. You know what I mean? But what was the other beach? You say Clearwater? Okay, I might go there this weekend. I got to go, y'all.
Thank you, man. Yes, sir. Thank you, Psycho. Okay. Good to hear from you. Sharina sends in a Cash App asking me, where does she apply for a PPP loan? I don't know, darling. I have no idea. Do you know, Florida Boy J, where she can apply for a PPP loan? I'm going to get in the middle of that. Okay, I think his phone dropped out. Anybody have knowledge of where she can apply for a PPP loan? 973, good evening. Are you there? 973.
Yes, it's me. Hi.
Dana with the smoke. Hey, girl, how are you? It's cracking. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Did Dana's phone drop out? Give her a second. Dana, what happened?
Oh, I'm sorry. No. I'm sorry. I had pressed mute. Sorry.
It's cracking. How are you?
Good. Well, first, I want to say something about Paul Mooney, and then you also just said something about a PPP loan.
Yeah, somebody was asking whether they
She
apply.
She could go to the Small Business Association website or go to her local bank, and they will let her know what banks to apply. So it's simple, but she better do it now.
Okay. There you go,
young
lady.
And Paul Mooney, I remember I saw him for the first time at Caroline's years ago in Manhattan, and it just so happened, and I never told you this, I saw you for the first time at Caroline's that same night. It was you, Buck Wow, and a female co-host. We used that Hot 97.
Right.
And we did lock eyes,
okay.
But I was more of a fan. I didn't say anything, and I just kept it moving. So, yeah. So that's my Paul Mooney story.
Yeah. We did, I think, 3 Star and Buck Wild comedy. We called them, oh, God, what was that? The Bong Show. Not the Gong Show, but the Bong Show.
Right, because I know y'all used to host down at Caroline's, and he used to be. I know he was one of the headliners, and I was there, and that's what I saw you for the first time. In person.
Yeah, he was a really well. We all know he was super talented, but behind the scenes, he was very, very. He was a historian. You know, you couldn't talk to Paul if you didn't have some knowledge with regards to black history, because he would roll over you. And it wasn't to be arrogant. It wasn't to be cynical or condescending. He would ask you, a question, and if you stuttered and stalled, he would let you know, hey, learn your history. But we had great conversations.
Right.
Great conversations.
Right. He was very fearless, I would say that. It don't matter if he was white, black, he didn't care who you were. He was fearless, but, he didn't hold back with what he was saying. So, and can I just add one more thing? I don't know if you mentioned, I want to say happy birthday to my son, and RIP, happy birthday to the late Malcolm X. today his birthday.
Now hang on a second, Dana. Since you mentioned your son, how old is he now? I remember when he first went to college.
Yeah, he's 23. Yeah, I was thinking 24, but he turned 23. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I always ask you this with all due respect, because you used to say he better not ever bring a white girl into your home, correct?
I did say that, yeah.
So you said, Dana.
I said that. Yes, I said it.
Yeah.
Well, from what I know, he told me he doesn't do. He has white friends, but he would never date a white girl. I don't. Dana.
He loves you.
Yes.
And he doesn't want to disappoint you because you are a good person. I know you to be a good person, a kind person. So I'm almost positive you're a good mother. He doesn't want to disappoint you or get you upset. You're at that age where you can have a heart attack, respectfully. So he's not telling you who he's smashing, Dana. He's not telling you.
And I believe you're right. He's not going to tell me. He would lie to me to quote unquote protect me or not disappoint me.
Protect you.
But
right.
So it is what it is. As long as he's not making no mixed babies. I already have some mixed grandkids, and I love them to death, and that's all I need. So yeah.
Okay.
I need some black babies next. So yeah.
Okay. Last question, Dana. Is diversity killing the film industry? Any thoughts on that?
I don't think it's killing the industry, maybe oversaturating it, but Florida Boy James said something about Crazy Asians, and I like that movie. I like to see diversity, and the fact is that you do have, like you said, you have Bollywood, you have Nollywood. It allows for quote-unquote people of color to create their own industry, so I don't think it's killing it. It's actually expanding it. And, Hollywood, you're talking about white people, they're still going to control it, but it's not killing it.
Well, hang on a second, because Bollywood ain't got a goddamn thing to do with African Americans. That's East Indians.
I know, but that's still, they're connected to Hollywood, and that's Indians. And then you have Nollywood.
Well, hang on, Dana. Hang on. Hang on. The reason why they're somewhat sort of connected to Hollywood is because Hollywood respects the fact that they got their own. They don't need American dollars. That's why they're somewhat sort of like, let's say, connected. They don't need American anything. Go ahead.
No, right, but that's what I'm saying. It's diversity because people get to see, movies of other cultures, and Nollywood is the same. They're very independent, and now Black America, we kind of always had to do things independently, but I think we need to do more independence and stop running to Hollywood. So,
bingo.
Yeah, Bingo. But that's still diversity.
Yeah.
But,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Dana, good to hear from you. When's your next show on your channel, The Real Dana?
Sunday. I'm not doing a show tomorrow with the judge. I just did an interview with Curtis Schoon. That was a great interview yesterday. So go to The Real Dana on YouTube to check it out.
Okay.
And I'll be back live either Friday or Sunday.
Good to talk to you, Dana. Take care.
All right, same here. Have a good one.
Okay. FBJ, you there, sir? Florida Boy J.
Star, I am right here posted, man. What's poppin'?
Okay. Any new developments with regards to Kwame Brown? Is he giving anybody else any smoke? He went in on Charlemagne earlier. He went in on DJ Envy. I did not hear him clapping at Angela Yee. Did you hear anything? Or
No, I don't think he clapped at Angela Yee. I didn't get anything from any dialogue from Angela Yee, but he went on Envy. He called him a cheater. Mm-hmm. He called him a no-neck having ass nigga. And he went on Envy and basically said that Envy, Charlemagne, and the rest of these guys spew black ignorance, and that's why they have their platforms. And if a guy like Kwame Brown comes up, it's gonna be over for all of them, because Kwame Brown is actually gonna show the black youth the real. And right now, I say it's hashtag Kwame World. It's Kwame World right now.
There you go.
Gotta respect.
There you go. Devon, I got your Cash App. What area code are you calling in from, sir? Devon. You say you're trying to talk your ish, but I don't see a number, sir. Can you tell me what area code you're calling in from? Lex, I got your donation. He says, yo, fam, you good? Yeah, beloved, I'm good. Peace, beloved. Mikkel got your donation. Hold on, Mikkel. Shot by Fabi. Ronnie got cakes, yo. We saw that vid on IG. Pay attention. Okay. Alex, I got your donation. Where is 10K Ronnie at? I don't think she can call in right now. She's busy. She did send me a text message. Oh, I'm sorry. Her text message says, PPP been ran out of money weeks ago. They're not accepting applications. Okay?
Hey, but Star, hold on, though, about that PPP. I got some information on that.
Come on.
They actually told people to file grievances with the federal government to get more funding. And if you got your patient in before the money ran out, there is a chance that they could grant you with the loan. Because I know somebody who woke up today approved for a $15,000 PPP loan in their first $.
Okay. Thank
And
you.
it's already approved. They're looking for the lender now to drop the cash off.
Okay. Hold on,
Pretty
guys. Let me go back to my screen here. Folks, please pay attention to some of my sponsors on the screen. Pay them a visit and tell them I sent you. www.ilovecapcus.com. I say again, www.ilovecapcus.com. Also, I have a new banner coming up this evening for this particular firm. Instagram.com/BBPR_LLC. Ask for Janine. Okay, I'm going to keep that there for a minute. Big Hill, I got your donation. No, sir, I said Hill Figure Nigga at the beginning of the show. Oh, it's there, sir. I got a new box coming next week. And I got a surprise. I haven't had time to launch it yet, but sit tight. Thank you for your donation, Big Hill, okay? And, okay. Davison, I got your donation. Thank you, Davison. I don't see a message, but, okay, hang on a second. Devon, 404. Let's get this man on the line. I see 440, not 404, though. Is this Devon? Devon?
Yo, what's up, Star?
Hey, how are you, sir? Thank you for your support. It's cracking.
No problem, man. I love you, man. Just want to talk my stuff real quick.
Come on.
You know, rest in peace to Paul Mooney.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, and I don't know what Kwame Brown is on. Why did it take him 20 years just to respond to people, man? What's Kwame going? What Kwame got going on, man?
If you want my opinion, you know, he was.
Yeah, I want to know what Kwame is on, man. Why
he was a very young man.
Stephen A. Smith been talking mess about him for years.
Hang on, so I'm trying to respond to what you're saying. He was a very young man when he came in.
Okay.
17 years of age, drafted first out of high school. And he had a 12-year run. Let's not get it fucked up. 12 years in the NBA. If he were trash, they would have got him out of there in 3 or 4, maybe even less. So he had a 12-year run, bought his mom a house. It looks like he's not broke. He's got himself some money, got a little business going on. And we now have social media. So he finally said, hey, I can now speak my piece. I don't have to beg to get up on some white corporation's platform. And that's all he's doing. And I think that's why a lot of real niggas, including myself, we respect it. But go ahead. You want to talk your talk? Go ahead.
All right. I respect it, though. He can go at DJ Envy all he wants because I don't really care about DJ Envy. But I think he should leave Charlamagne alone. Charlamagne just trying to put black people on, you know what I'm saying? He just speaking his mind, that's all.
Okay.
I didn't hear what Charlamagne or DJ Envy had to say about it, though. But I think, like, Kwame should leave Charlamagne alone.
Okay, if you say that. I did not
hear
what Charlamagne said, but he did clap at him really, really hard. Called him a rapist and some other things. So I think, you know, the fact that Charlamagne, Angela Yee, and DJ Envy, they have the platform, you know, sometimes you have to be objective. You can't just jump out the window and try and clown somebody because other people are picking on them. And I think that's what the clapback is about, but I could be wrong. Go ahead.
Okay. And I just want to say that people need to leave little Snoop alone. You know, Snoop put on for like the great hood shows, the hood gritty shows, The Wire. Okay. I just got done finished rewatching The Wire after 10 years, and that's one of the best shows. So people need to leave Snoop alone. That's why the Snoop lookalike went around and dropped old dude who messed around and dropped and slapped Snoop. Okay. They need to leave Snoop alone. We love Snoop.
You sound like a good man. Are you a Christian? You sound like a good man.
No, I'm not a Christian. I'm just here for the right and the wrong. That's all. I'm not a Christian.
Gotcha. Well, now at the same time, we don't know what Snoop did. A man walked up on her and smacked fire at her. Did you see the video?
Yeah, I seen it. I didn't like it at all. Snoop put on for like the hood gritty shows. You know, Snoop was a real gangster on The Wire. And just for that, I feel like people need to leave Snoop alone. You know, we need to give Snoop a pass. You know, I love Snoop.
Okay.
I love Snoop. I love Chris. I love Marlo. I love the whole Wire, you know. People need to leave them alone, man.
FBJ, jump in here. This man trying to spit positivity. FBJ, come on, man.
Man, dog. First of all, he hopped on the phone saying, I love Star. He loved Snoop. He loved everybody. You got a lot of love in your heart today, man. But you know what I'm saying? I ain't going to roast you. I'm gonna leave it alone. But I feel what you're saying because that dude, like, he sucker punched her or sucker slapped her in the side of the face. And that was disrespectful because I do agree with your point, caller, that she has put on for the hood. She has glamorized and romanticized the griminess of the realities of places like Baltimore, Maryland, and just real gutter individuals that she represented on The Wire. Even females, like she was really one of the first non-binary characters we've seen on film. So she should be getting hood passes everywhere, if you want to be honest. She should be the one getting hood passes because if any one of them actors really lived that life, it's Snoop. It wasn't no acting when she was on that show. You can tell right now. So anybody who put hands on her should be laid down respectfully. Snoop should be getting hood passes in all 50 states.
Okay.
Right, exactly. That's exactly how I feel. But one thing I need to say to Florida Boy, I love you, man, but the only thing I didn't agree with you about was the stepdaddy stuff. You know, because my grandfather, he was a stepdaddy. You know, he took in my grandmother. He gave love to my grandmother when my grandfather passed. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And he wasn't really no grandfather to us. You know what I mean? He wasn't our blood kin or nothing, but he still took us in like he was our own. You know what I'm saying? But that's the only thing I just didn't agree with you about was the stepdaddy stuff. Like if you have love for the for the woman that you want to be with, you want to treat them like you are their own. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's the only thing I didn't agree. Everything else you say though is top notch and is on point, except for the stepdaddy.
And let me say this real quick.
That's the only thing.
One thing I'll say about that is back in the day with our grandfathers in the 50s and 60s and stuff. Yeah, those were real men who stepped to be stepfathers. And they had enough income to provide for a household if needed be. I'm talking about the modern day single mother. Because, see, back then, people were married a lot more. So if you ran across a single mother, it was like, oh, damn, your husband really did probably die or really is probably off to war. Now, y'all are opting out of relationships. You're opting out of marriages because you think it's some magical nigga on a magic carpet with a bag. That's why I say now being a single father is not the way to go. Back then, listen, one of my grandfathers was a step-grandfather. I was closer to him than I was my real grandfather on my mom's side. But what I'm saying is back then, you're admirable. Now, you're questionable.
Now, hang on a second, Devon, before you go.
I feel you, though. I blame social media.
Devon, before you go. Now, you know, a lot of things back in the days were not always what they seemed. You said your grandfather, what period are we talking about? The 60s, 70s, 80s? What are we talking about?
We talking about this, I believe it was the 70s, because my grandfather passed back in 2014.
Okay.
And he still treats us like we are his own, even though that's not my blood kin. Gotcha. Like my real grandfather passed away when my dad was 9.
Gotcha. Okay, well, hang on a second. Here's what I want to say. You know, there were a lot of
70s.
There were a lot of women back in the 50s, 60s, and the 70s who had to take an uppercut or a ground and pound, and there was nowhere to go.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody to talk to. They had to suck it up. Bitch, get in the kitchen, fix what I told you, or else. You feel me? So
right.
So a lot of those old timers You know, we see them as, great men, but in reality, man, they was giving older women, tune-ups and shit, man. It's not always what you think, man. But thank you for your donation.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
No problem, man. No problem.
Sir. Yes, sir. Okay. He's talking that love shit, man. Ooh. FBJ, I'm going to slide off with you, man. I'm going to go through some of these cash apps and super chats and make sure I'm hitting my mark here, man. What else do we need to mention, man, with regards to anything? Business, your platforms. What's going on, man?
Yeah, first of all, I want to say RIP to all the middle-class Americans that lost the rest of their money in the crypto and stock markets because both of them crashed on the floor today. I also want to say salute. Yeah, oh, my God, Star. I'm talking about people lost 60% of their money. Anyways, let's go to brighter news. Salute to the Celtics and Jason Tatum. He dropped 50 points in the play-in game against the Wizards, and now the Celtics will play the Nets in the first round of the playoffs that starts Saturday. And lastly, before I sign out, we were recording my podcast tomorrow, a new episode of Perspectives and Facts podcast, and it will be dropped tomorrow, seeing that my co-host and I finally got a laptop that we can drop the same day that we record, so that will be coming out tomorrow. But the last episode of Perspectives and Facts is in Star's community section on the right-hand corner. Okay. You can find it in my super link on Instagram, hot_life93. Okay. Star, you have a wonderful show, and thank you once again.
Thank you, man. Take care. Okay. FBJ, Florida Boy J. All right. Folks, putting respect on my homie's name tonight. Paul Mooney has passed away. 79 years of age. Paul was a traveler. He was always on the road. And another reason why I say, he's the last of a certain type and breed is because, the comedians that used to do the Chitlin circuit and other things, they stayed in tune with the common people. The common people. And Paul did a lot of television, film, but he lived on the road, and that's what always kept him so grounded. I don't think he ever took a 5-year hiatus. I think he was just always on the road, and he had a system that worked. And great memories, just great memories. Okay, Brandon, I got your donation. Thank you so much, Brandon. Lamar, how are you, sir? Did I get you on the line? 412. Lamar, sit tight and come right back. Stay there. Okay, that's Lamar. Come right back to him. Lifter 901 got your donation. Love the show. Memphis, Tennessee, checking in. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your support. Rory, how are you? Okay, give me a second, Rory. I'll bring you in. Venus. Hey, Venus, thank you for your donation. Are you the Venus that I knew from 1985? Which one are you? Hold on a second. Okay, I don't see a picture. All right. Frank got your donation. He says, salute the hater. We lost a great one. Yes, we did. Paul Mooney. A matador. 412, are you there? 412.
412 here. What's going on, Star?
Hey,
Rest in peace, Paul Mooney, the great legend. One thing I could say about Paul that I do remember, always bold and outspoken. Yeah. Did not bite his tongue. Mm-hmm. And that's a rarity, especially for comedy today. Mm-hmm. He always spoke about, the nigga wake up calls, and he just always kept it real 100, and that's a rarity that we're really probably not going to see for a long time. Original, always got all the stories from Paul that I will hear people talk about for the comedy, the writings for other people that I didn't know about years ago. Mm-hmm. But definitely a general, definitely one of this elite comedy guy. Just always put truth into his comedy. Yeah. Didn't look for that very punchline type things, but he just had truth to it. The one skit I can remember when for Chappelle, he said don't like me too much, they're going to come take me too. You know, so he always had some good material with him, stuff like that. You know, but that was real. You know, that was a real thing. Like, I smiled. He said, don't smile too much around white folks. Just grin. Yeah. You know, he always had something silly with him. Also,
did you ever see him live in concert or in a club?
I'm sorry, say that one more time.
Did you ever see Paul Mooney in a club or on stage anywhere?
No, I didn't see Paul Mooney in the club. I've seen a lot of comedians come through. I'm in Pittsburgh. I saw a lot of comedians. I never seen Paul Mooney, though, but I always watched his material and seen him on TV and things.
If I can just add, maybe this is a piece of information to remember or not. You know, it's an unwritten rule that comedians do not attack each other in a venue, whether it be a large stage or a small club. Paul didn't give a fuck. Just if you stunk up the joint, he would come on stage behind you and say some shit about you. He was loose like that. So you had a lot of comedians that were just very leery of trying to say something to annoy him, because he got quickly annoyed. And when he got annoyed, he would go in for like 35 minutes. But go ahead.
Last I want to say, I don't know why they woke up a sleeping giant with Kwame Brown.
Oh man.
For years, they got about today on TV. They said him being under Jordan for so long, getting ran down by that tyrant, to then go to be with Kobe Bryant, get ran down by him. Jordan 2.0. He didn't have a chance. Yeah. Those two coming under those two guys, all that pressure and critique about everything he would have did wrong. And, he kept it humble for years. He kept his mouth shut. Yeah. And the reason why I think he didn't say anything about it before is because he expected criticism from the media. Guys like Stephen A. and those guys, that comes with the territory. Yeah. But when your other fellow players start throwing you under the bus, that became, I think, enough for him. And
hang on a second. Stay with me. Did you see the sucker shit that Kobe said about him to the white media? Did you see that?
I remember he said something about he told me don't pass me the ball or something.
Yeah.
And Kobe just looked at him like, what? I remember that. But
Kobe told that story to the white media. Sucker shit.
He did.
Go ahead.
He did. Yeah. He did. I don't think he will get any points by saying anything about Kobe in that today. So he's probably going to choose his things wisely, though. But he probably still had a respect for Kobe, even in that. Who knows what conversations they might have had beyond that we don't know about. But to see Steven Jackson, and I called you a couple of days ago, tried to tell you about Steven Jackson, but you didn't want to hear it. I told you he was on some other stuff, and he's one of those fake political people. Steven Jackson.
Well, sir, with all due respect, I don't give a goddamn about Steven Jackson. So you claiming you told me something don't mean nothing to me now. Didn't mean nothing to me then. I already made my assessment of him with all due respect. I see a nigga sitting there, smoking a blunt, talking about, so-and-so's mama was wiping the snot from my nose. I was about to get married. I saw all that hoe-ass shit. He was talking about he didn't get married because she wouldn't sign the prenup. Right? Right?
That's right.
Yeah. And with all due respect, I'm not impressed with niggas like that. I'm not.
I'm not either. I'm glad they're actually being called out.
Because an old nigga with his pants still sagging. I don't give a goddamn how many teams you play with, how many bitches you smashed. Fuck out of here. And I'm glad that
the comment he said about Matt Barnes. That was what got me about Matt Barnes. I really enjoyed that about Matt Barnes. Like, you got your woman talk about Derek Fisher. He in the house wearing your robe, cooking out on your grill.
Loved it.
That was key. Now the thing about Charlemagne tried to get.
Well, hang on, sir, because you're jumping. Slow down. Where are you from? So you from the hood, the South? Where you from?
I'm from Pittsburgh, East Side.
Okay, and how old are you?
I'm 40 this month.
Okay. In those streets, which I spent a lot of years in those streets, I have learned, and I'm sure you may have experienced, maybe you haven't. It's always the quiet nigga that you got to be careful with. quiet.
Yeah.
Okay?
Leave him alone. Leave him alone.
Leave him alone. Because if you push
leave him alone.
His or her button, they might set it on you, do you something dirty, and then you'll have no one to blame but yourself. But thank you for your donation.
The quiet dudes, right, Leslie, the quiet dudes, we didn't mess with. You knew something about them. Used to be a quiet kid that used to ride the school bus. He sat in the front, black kid. He was cool, but nobody messed with him. But we knew he knew the martial arts and everything, but he was just quiet, kept to himself.
There you go.
None of the hood, nobody messed with him.
There you go. Thank you for your call, sir, and thank you for your donation. Thank you.
No doubt. No doubt.
Okay. Folks, if you're just not joining me, I want to take a quick break, and then I want to continue talking tonight. Paul Mooney was my guy, my homie, and I want to spend a little bit more time talking about him. If anybody wants to call in, put respect on this man's name. In the meantime, let me put one of my sponsors on the screen who has always sponsored this program. Please make sure you visit this site, andretattoos.com. I'll be right back. Okay, I had to go shed a tear for Paul. I'm just playing. All right, Troll Babies, how are you? I want to handle some business tonight before we get back into the flow of things. And we're talking about a few topics here. And thank you for the videos that you have been sending me via email. Has Ian been fired from the Joe Budden podcast? Why did Joe Budden say on the new episode that just came out, Ian has to go? I don't understand the context, but if someone can educate me, please do. Hold on. Are you calling in? Rugarani's busy, but I'm going to send her a text anyway just to see if she's available. Troll Babies, did Joe fire Ian? I didn't hear him say he's fired or Ian, you're fired, but he did say in one of the new released clips that came out, Ian has to go. He said he's too biased. Okay, I don't know. Let me go to PayPal. And folks, the PayPal link for donations is at the top of the live chat. starboyradio@gmail.com. I say again, starboyradio@gmail.com. Punk Ass Mulatto sends in a donation. Funny how you talking black women's hair. What? You didn't tell these white women who barely comb or wash their greasy hair that they're lazy. Go F yourself. Well, I don't know how much of a listener you are, but I have spoken on this microphone here for years about Italian women having hair on their arms and their backs. I have also spoken about European women, especially French women, that do not wash. So everybody gets it, sir, but thank you for your donation. Jamal says, R.I.P. Paul Mooney. What is it? Okay, Paul Mooney, Dick Gregory, Minister Louis Farrakhan, and Troy Terrain. Thank you for the lessons. Okay. Thank you so much, Jamal. Africa on the check-in. Charlemagne is trending on Twitter right now. That's a bad look. He better call iHeart to clean this up before the story really gains traction. Hey, Kwame Brown outright called him a racist. Pardon me. A rapist. He said, I'm not saying alleged. Your name was on the docket, bitch. So Kwame said. Why is he trending? I don't know. I have no idea. Blade, I got your donation. He says, do you remember when Mooney made a crack about you being a half-breed and you asked if he was coming for you? You had his mic shut off. Listen, I always cut Paul's mic off, not because of anything that he said bothered me, but because he and I used to have vulgar and vile conversations. And I always wound up reading the goddamn the lead sheets for when he was appearing at Caroline's Comedy Club. I would give him the goddamn sheet, and he would just look at it and laugh. And I would say, read it, man. But thank you for your donation. Hold on, that's the rat phone. Hold on. Get back to him. Yeah, I loved Paul, taking personal shots at me because, again, I called him my white uncle with a tan. And one time I even called my mother during the show to put her on the phone with Paul, and she pretended that he was one of her white cousins or something. I forget. Oh, he laughed. We had great times. But thank you for your donation. Bussy Train Conductor says, Star, me and my team we're swiping Zach Lee around like an unlimited Metro card. He makes Bussy flicks with, okay, I'm not going to say that guy's name, to stay afloat. Hashtag Bompton Bussy Boy. Okay. John, I got your donation. Salute to Kwame. Oh, he said, did Kwame say hide your kids from Charlemagne? I'm going to say allegedly. I don't know. But, yeah, I got a couple of other clips I have to watch this evening at some point. Hey, Tyra, how are you? Tyra says, I seen Paul at BB King's with Dick Gregory. Icon. Yeah, that was one of the last tours that he did with him and Dick Gregory. Thank you for your donation, darling. Big Purr, the Bussy Bandit on the check-in. I had Zach Lee peeling California grapes with his Bussy last night. That's what he says. Peeling California grapes with his Bussy last night. He flew me out and blew me out. Hashtag Bussy Train Gang. Hashtag Compton Bussy Monster. Jesus. Just noticed on the check-in says, Yo, Star, it was Brooklyn niggas that started the Crocs wave. Rest in power, Paul Mooney. He was the best. Are you kidding me? Troll babies, did Brooklyn niggas start wearing Crocs first? I gotta Google this. Hold on. FBJ just sent me an email. What is this about? Civilian parks. Okay, thank you, FBJ. Hold on, guys. That's my question. Are Crocs the new style for black men? Oh, my God. Are you niggas just that comfortable? I mean, it's not that I think it's a gay thing, but are you that comfortable in society now? American company based in Colorado. Operating income, $128 million. Revenue, $1.2 billion. Jesus. Founded in 2002, 19 years ago. Crocs. Now, I saw Nicki Minaj wearing some Crocs, and there was a spike because of the picture that she was wearing. But are black men now wearing Crocs as a fashion statement? That's my question. Troll babies, yes, no? Okay. Hold on, guys. Bring in area code 347. Is that Rory? 347, Rory.
Star, what's up? What's going on?
Good to hear from you, man. What's cracking? How are you?
I'm chilling, man. The first thing I want to say is I'm from the East Bronx and fuck Compton. And then I want to say...
Okay, that's the only F-bomb I'm going to let you get off tonight, Rory. The only F-bomb. Only one.
All right.
Go ahead.
All right. I'm going to say R.I.P. to Paul Mooney, and I'm sorry you lost your friend. I remember listening to the shows back in the day on New York radio, and you and him, you guys had some classic shows. It seemed like once he figured out that your show was a little different and that he could be a little bit looser, he just let go a couple times.
Yeah. I have all of the shows on tape and half of them on video. So that's going to be in my documentary in the future, you know. And one of the earlier shows that he came on, and he didn't know where I was coming from, and I said, "Hey man," I said, "What's long and hard on a nigger?" He said, "What?" I said, "What's long and hard on a nigger?" He said, "I don't know," and I said, "The third grade." And he just looked at me and said, "Whoa!" He said, "Okay." He said, "I got you." And then from there on, we
I kind of remember.
Yeah.
Sorry, man.
We just started going back.
I kind of remember that. I kind of remember.
Yeah.
I kind of remember he was holding back a little bit, and then once he saw that the show was a little bit crazy, you know, because it was what was it? You know, it's
unorthodox. That's what it was. Unorthodox.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, R.I.P. And the other thing you said before about guys his age, I just think you're so right, man. You know, my dad's around his age, a little bit younger, a couple of years, and he got stories for days, Star. You know, he moved to this country when he was young. He went to Rice High School in Harlem. He used to walk past the Black Panthers when he used to go to high school. So he got crazy stories that he could tell you, too. You know what I mean? It's just... yeah, you know, the older people are such a blessing to have, and it's you know, it's awful when you lose.
Now, Rory, I have to ask you with all due respect, was your father in the Irish Mafia?
Yeah, my dad was in a gang when he was younger called the Cypress Laws. That's from Cypress Avenue in the South Bronx, and then he was like...
Was your father in the Irish mob? That's the question, Rory. Irish mob.
Yeah, my dad was a Westie. Man.
Okay.
The Kwame Brown thing, Star. I think it's the greatest thing. Oh, my God. I think it's the greatest thing we ever seen. How many shows we've been on here, it's been Justin Timberlake, Jay-Z, all of them come on and apologize. And he's the only one that we talk about, like, yo, how come these guys who got money, some of them don't stand on their toes and just say, yo, you know what? This is how I feel, instead of apologizing. And here we go. Bam, we got Kwame Brown. And the best part about it is not what he's saying is legendary, but the responses from Matt Barnes and from they're playing themselves.
Yeah.
They're completely playing themselves with their responses. The Matt Barnes is out there and he's talking about, I don't really remember what I say. I don't know what I say. I mean, I get high all the time.
Yeah.
So that's the image he's out there projecting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then he's talking about fighting. I can't believe he said something about fighting because Kwame Brown would wash them.
Rory, stay there for a second. How did Matt Barnes now all of a sudden start talking about if you want to fight, we're coming to Atlanta? You're on a podcast called All This Smoke. I guess that's a double entendre, talking about the weed smoke, and then you want all the verbal smoke. You joined in clowning a man who has been clowned for 20 years. He finally decides to defend himself.
Right.
Now all of a sudden,
clap back.
Now whatever. Now all of a sudden, Matt Barnes is sober. Now you're sober. Go ahead.
You know, and I know that at our age, we've ran into a bunch of guys like this before. And Matt Barnes would never fight Kwame Brown. First off, Kwame Brown would wash him. Kwame Brown he's like 6'9" or 6'10". Yeah. He's way bigger than him. And Gilbert Arenas said in the interview, he even admitted he said, he would wash me up. He used to beat up security guards. He used to beat up bouncers. He's one of them Southern dudes that's just, knock you out one punch. Their fist is like a shovel, and that's just what it is. So yeah, he's just playing himself, and the other dude it seems even more ignorant than him, Steven Jackson.
Yeah.
And I always felt that way about him. But you can't pass judgment. And then to see the whole.
Well, hang on a second before we go any further, Rory. Here's what I think a lot of people, including myself, really, really appreciate about Kwame Brown. He's not talking about let's fight. He has said nothing with regards to violence. And he got at Jamel, or is it Jamil or Jamel, whatever her name is. He got at her and said, whoa, he said, hey, miss, where you coming from with this whole violence thing? Got right back at her.
Right.
Slowed her dumb ass down to the point where she's up on Twitter saying to Kwame Brown, I said you choose violence. It's an expression from Game of Thrones. I did not call you violent. Peace and thank you. Look at her backpedaling, huh?
Backpedaling. And when he was throwing up the black fist and saying Wakanda forever towards Matt Barnes, I fell off the chair, man. I said he's way too smart for them. He got them. But you know what, Star? Now that he's going after Charlemagne, I was going to ask you, do you think he's going to be offered a bag to zip it?
Yeah, I don't know, and I don't think that he really cares about that. I think he just, I think it's more important. Hold on. I think it's more important that he's getting this shit off his chest.
I think he's a real one too. I think he got enough money, and I think he's a man. He's a real man, and he's quite content with his life and where he's at in life. And I think he's going to stand on his square, and I think he's going to continue to call them out. I think they might have just awoken a giant.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to do it for fun. I think he's going to do it for just let them expose themselves.
I appreciate that he's saying things about he's gonna stop all of this clowning and hating on black men. That's something else that I think people are really connecting to. Hold on a second, Rory. Hold on. Somebody says they want to get a little piece of the action here again. Good evening, 917. Are you back on the line? 917.
From the place that you love to hate. Brooklyn on the check-in. What's going on, Star?
Yes, sir. I'm talking to Rory. You said you had something to say about, I can't read your text here. What was that?
I said, how does Rory know anything about defending himself or anyone else when he let his life partner get beat up brutally and stood by and did nothing?
Oh, man.
I just want to know. Power bottom Rory,
my little man,
Power bottom Rory, a.k.a. the homo bozo.
My little man,
a.k.a. the homo bozo. Power bottom Rory.
Come on, man. I used to protect you in the playground, man. Come on,
You
man.
come from a Caucasian smut.
Listen, yo, Brooklyn Kennedy.
Okay, guys, one at a time, please. One at a time. One at a time.
Thank you. I'm talking. Thank you.
Guys, one at a time.
Power bottom, no problem. Power bottom Rory, a.k.a. the homo bozo. You come from a Caucasian smut who just missed getting put in the oven. And you have the nerve to talk about...
Okay, well, but Brooklyn Kennedy, you're making it really, really personal. Can we not do that? Can we not, bring...
No problem. I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying anything personal. I'm just saying, how can a guy...
You're bringing people's mothers in. Please, slow that down. Slow that down, please. Please.
Okay, no problem. Okay, no problem, Star. I understand. I forgot. No problem.
My little man.
You little man, dude, you the biggest homo bozo on the planet.
Protect him on the handball court.
You never protected me. You can't protect your homo lover. What are you talking about? You can't protect your spouse. You left your spouse hanging. What are you talking about? No one believes you.
Yo,
you're the biggest joke on the planet.
Okay, can we let Rory respond, please? Let Brooklyn Kennedy, let Rory respond, please.
Yes.
Brooklyn Kennedy, come on, man. Brooklyn Kennedy, his little segment here with the T, right? If he ever got somewhere with this segment and say like E! News or TMZ hired him.
Not my goal,
he's the type of brother. He would leave his family in a minute for a white woman as soon as they flew him out to L.A. He would, if he got a little segment on E! News and they were like, "Oh, we're gonna give Brooklyn." They picked him up from your show star and they flew him out to L.A. He's the type of brother. He would leave his whole family for a white woman in a minute. In a minute. And in fact, I know him. I used to protect him on the handball court.
I'm not even attracted to Caucasian women. I'm not even attracted to Caucasian women.
I used to protect him on the handball court. He says he's from Brooklyn, but what he don't tell you is he's from Williamsburg.
And basketball.
He's from Williamsburg. He grew up around
Crown Heights.
Jewish kids.
I'm from Crown Heights, Lexus Avenue.
Okay. Brooklyn Kennedy, you called back in. Hang on. Brooklyn Kennedy, you called back. I'll give you the final word, sir, before you go.
Yes, he said I'm from Williamsburg. That's false. I'm from Crown Heights, Lefferts Avenue between Schenectady and Troy. I'm not from Williamsburg. That's a fact.
Okay.
So I want to let that be known clear. Again, this kid is a bozo. He's the homo bozo. You're a power bottom.
They said
guys, we have to stop yelling, or I can't do this anymore. We have to stop the yelling.
Started wearing Crocs.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Hold on. So my nigga Zach Lee 562. You there, Zach?
Yo, Compton in the building. Hey, Rim Job Rory, keep my name out your mouth, pussy.
He's not on the line no more. I cut him in Kennedy.
Oh, okay.
They were yelling. I couldn't take it.
Oh, okay. Really, I just got on the line to get at him to let him know. He talking fabricated shit, talking about I was in the comments, he said something to me and I bowed down. Everybody know I don't even operate like that. I don't bow down for nothing. I don't bow down to none of you bussy boys. Y'all know how I give it up. Foot on next season on all you bussy boys. Hey, and Big Purr, stop trying to fly niggas out and buy your ticket to L.A. And then I'll slap you.
Now, hang on. Have you renamed Big Aki Big Purr? Who is Big Purr?
Yeah, Big Aki is Big Purr.
Okay.
He's Big Purr. And that bussy boy Jay Savage is games galore. But he's dead though. He's dead. He's a moderator for other shows. He don't even come to this show no more because he's shook. Bussy boy.
Well, hold on a second. Let me see if Jay Savage is in the comments because you guys, you've got a whole thing between yourselves. I see. I don't see him. Okay.
Nah, you won't see him, Star. You won't see him because I put him in the dirt.
Okay.
He's a bussy boy. He's out of here. Yeah. He's a moderator for the Galore Report.
Well, salute to Stacy Galore. Okay. Hey, man, any thoughts?
Not at all.
Any thoughts on Paul Mooney, man? He's out of here, and we're showing a lot of respect tonight. Any thoughts? Any memories?
Nah, no memories, no thoughts. Just R.I.P. Paul Mooney. Just let him have his moment.
Okay.
It is what it is, man. We come, we go.
Okay.
But salute to him. He did a whole lot.
Yeah.
He a legend in this game.
Oh, hang on a second. Whoa. Hold on a second. 347, are you back? 347?
Yeah,
Who is that? Rim Job Rory?
Okay, hang on, guys, listen. I'll let you talk.
Poor Mooney's death.
Whoa.
This cheesecake ass crip.
I'll let you talk, but we have to go one at a time, or else I can't do it. I can't have a whole.
All right, I'm gonna let him go first.
Okay, let Zach leave, speak, and then Rory, you'll go next. Good, Zach, he's there.
Yeah, Rim Job Rory, you got my name in your mouth because you a bussy boy, and you on your period or something. But whatever you going through is not what I'm going through, bussy boy. You said that I said something about you in the comments, and that you regulated me, or you said something to me, and I bowed down to you, my nigga. I don't get down like that. I get at you forever, bussy boy. If that was the case, you wouldn't be up on here saying fuck Compton and all that. See, that's your problem right there. You niggas hate Compton, but y'all really love Compton. You niggas is gang bang groupies on the East Coast. Pussies. Y'all watch Colors, and y'all want to be a part of that shit.
Okay.
But you niggas is bitches.
Okay, stop right there. Zach Lee. Rory, you have exactly 30 seconds to respond, please.
Man, this guy got my name in his mouth more than he got the word Bushy in his mouth. He got Bushy in his mouth like it's a religion. Like he prays to Bushy 5 times a day. That's what he does. He lives underneath the goddamn Venice boardwalk. That's why he can never get on the phone fast enough when I call, because he got to crawl up out of that. And he's a cheesecake crip. The only set that would ever let him in the set would be the Compton Cheesecake Crips or the Roland Bozos. And he's out here. He wears Crocs too. He wears Crocs and Daisy Dukes, holding hands with Stacy Galore, walking down the Venice boardwalk. And then after he's done, he crawls up underneath the Venice boardwalk because that's where he lives.
Okay.
And ain't nobody in New York trying to bite off that Bloods and Crips thing. The only one over here that does that are purse snatchers and people that can't even afford the subway fare.
Okay.
So,
okay, hang on, Rory. I gave you 30 seconds. Hold on. Brooklyn Kennedy, you called back in to speak to who, sir? I got to make this short, man. Who'd you call to speak back to?
I called back to speak to Power Bottom Rory.
Okay.
The homo bozo.
Okay, stay there. Zach Lee, you have the last word, sir. But please make it short. You have 30 seconds. Go.
Yeah, this bussy boy Rim Job Rory, he on his period because he exposed himself about his boyfriend getting beat up. Okay. Your boyfriend got beat up, you exposed yourself, so you on here trying to do damage control. We already know you a bussy boy. Anything you say, we already know what time it is with you, bussy boy. You exposed yourself. You exposed your bussy boy tendencies.
Gotcha.
It's over for you.
Okay. Zach Lee, thank you, man, for checking in. Everybody, hold on. Folks, the show goes left sometimes. Just bear with me. I'm sitting here sipping my homie Paul Mooney has passed away, and I got a lot of great memories, and I've got video footage saved from my radio days, and I've got audio, rare, crazy audio. Brooklyn Kennedy, you're back on the line. Rory, let this man speak.
Yes.
And then I'm going to shut it off
All
for
right.
you guys. Go ahead, Brooklyn Kennedy, please.
Yes, to Power Bottom Rory, a.k.a. the homo bozo. You came out of a Caucasian womb. I'm not going to speak about your mother, but I want to speak about you. Everybody knows that you were better off swallowed. That's a fact. You didn't protect your spouse, your male spouse. What initiated that? Was it because you couldn't get a woman, or was it because you just got tired of trying to get a woman? That's what we want to know.
Okay, all right. Brooklyn Kennedy, thank
Can
you.
I say that, Star? Is that okay,
yeah,
Star?
That's fine.
Is that okay? Did I say?
That's fine. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Okay.
You call back. Thank you, man. Okay. Rory, thank you for calling back, man. I appreciate you. And let's talk tomorrow, man.
Star, no, I just want to say before I go over, I have some cousins named the Kennedys. They've been here for a long time, so I'm gonna look that up and see if maybe, somewhere back in the day, Brooklyn Kennedy used to work for them or something. I don't know. You know,
Okay.
Brooklyn Kennedy's people used
Gotcha.
to work for them back in the day. I don't know. We'll check that out, though.
Thank you, man. Have a great evening.
All right, Star.
Yes,
Peace.
sir. Thank you. Okay, Rory, I'm going to check him. Okay, I think that's it for PayPal. Again, folks, if you want to send a donation in, whether it's after the show, whatever, the PayPal information is at the top of the live chat. starboyradio@gmail.com. I say again, starboyradio@gmail.com. Also, if you have not seen the new animation on the Starboy Music channel, please go there. I would like your thoughts, your feedback, okay? The 24-hour streaming channel, and I will try and get that particular banner up tomorrow morning, okay? Tomorrow morning. Thank you so much. Steven, I got your donation. Thank you via PayPal. Okay, you're back on the line. I don't see 404. I'll make one more sweep. Bear with me. Stormy, I got your donation. Stormy says, when will you have the freestyle contest again? I would say Friday for certain. Friday at some point, man, but thank you for your donation, okay? Stormy, you want to? Okay, I don't see 404, folks. I got to shut it down. I'm going out to a late night dinner tonight, okay? Thank you for your support. Let me get some banners on the screen. And I will see you guys at some point tomorrow. GoddessPot.com. This week and next week, doing specials with regards to promotion on the show here. If you purchase a Goddess Pot, I will give you 2 weeks free promotion on this show here. But you have to send me a screenshot of your purchase receipt, okay? GoddessPot.com, okay? Guys, have a good evening. Thank you so much and be safe.